Welcome, Minneapolis junior, senior high school fans, to the gym at Bennington High School, Bennington, Kansas, for the second round tonight of the Tri-County Classic here on December 5th, 2020, as the Bulldogs of Bennington High School host your Minneapolis Lions. First the girls and then the boys. For the Bennington girls, it's going to be an interesting thing for them tonight because everybody but their freshmen on the team have been quarantined for the 2 weeks previous to this week. Their first practice for their varsity was last night, according to T.J. Trout, the head coach.
So I'm assuming this is their first game as well? Yes. And boys and the girls, or just girls?
Just girls. The freshmen were not quarantined, but sophomores through seniors were, and they were home. They weren't here running in the gym, nothing like that. So they might show fatigue pretty easily tonight, just for that basis. They were ranked number 10 in the opening Kansas Basketball Coaches Association poll. But as of this week, they're out of the top 10. Of course, they have not played any games because of their quarantine. So they are 0-0 on the season. Minneapolis is 0 wins, 2 losses.
First road test for us as the girls are here on the road in Bennington. So just down the road, but still a little different to go on the road for the Lady Lions tonight. You know, we've had a second game. You've seen a couple different looks at the Lady Lions so far. In that first game, definitely Inman was very strong. In the second game, we really did pretty well, but in the fourth quarter, we let that one slip away from us in the fourth quarter. So it'll be interesting to see how our girls react to that, how deep they dig in, and where they go from there. So.
Yes. And we do appear to be short 2 varsity players tonight, Peyton Smith and Madison Lang, for unknown reasons. Minneapolis is giving up an average of 38.5 points per game and scoring 32.5, so we are at a -6 scoring clip in the first 2 games. Again, Bennington is 0-0. This is the 21st game in the series. Minneapolis leads it 17-3. Here at Bennington, we have a 4-win to 2-loss record. Bennington won the last 2 of 3 games, including last season, by 18 points. Their largest point margin win over the Lady Lions. Coach Weatherman's 13th season, he has 133 wins versus 127 loss record. Mitch Shea, his assistant.
Bennington had a strong finish to last year, winning their sub-state, making it to state. But they lose quite a bit, but they still have 5 seniors coming back, 2 juniors, so they'll be an experience-laden team for this evening, and so that should offset a little bit of the lack of practice time. They won't be working at a lot of young kids right off the bat, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's not as if they don't know their system, what the coach wants them to do. I doubt that Coach Trout has changed a whole lot of things up on them. Especially since they haven't practiced.
That, and they do have a size. They have a nice size presence down there as well with Lawson. She's a very solid post player. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Even though they haven't had to practice, I think you're still going to see a fairly well-disciplined team, a fairly good shooting team from past memories, and going from there. So we'll see.
Courtney Forte will be interesting. She's averaging about 14 rebounds a game in the first 2 games. She's going to be up against some power inside for Bennington tonight. It'll be interesting to see how that affects her. against the Bennington Bulldogs here.
Well, there's more fans in the stands tonight.
Yes, welcome back, fans.
Parents are loud, but it is definitely a little bit different look. So,
welcome back, spectators. They can have 2 parents or guardians per participant. That includes coaches, players, cheerleaders, dance squad, pep band, yada, yada, yada. So there are
Ladies and gentlemen,
a few fans in the stands tonight.
Announcements before starting lineup this evening for this varsity girls contest in the second round of the Tri-County Classic. First of all, we'd like to welcome you to Bennington Junior Senior High School.
Well, it'll be different just looking at the bench to start this thing out. We're going to have 2 freshmen starting for the girls tonight.
On behalf of all the student athletes,
Shoop and
Kruger.
Okay.
So. And Kruger's been playing quite a bit.
She's been playing quite a bit anyway, so yeah.
We are requiring your full cooperation with the guidelines in place so we keep everyone safe and provide our student athletes a great experience. Fan seating sections are clearly marked on the walls of the bleachers. Please be sure that you're seated in your designated area. No food or drink allowed inside either of our gymnasiums. We do have a prepackaged item concession stand available.
Head coach for Bennington is T.J. Trout, MHS grad. Assistant coaches, Greg Tanzer and Denny Tanzer.
And social distancing is expected. We ask that your child's game or games are concluded in the exit facility to allow for social distancing in subsequent games to take place. And following the last game of the evening, all spectators...
As they give the announcements from Keisha and rules as to what we can and cannot do. So.
Who take time out during this difficult time to provide a service so we can play tonight. Thank you guys for your play.
As they recognize the officials, that is one thing, Lyle. They are down on officials. So starting lineups for Minneapolis. A 5'6" freshman, Maddie Kruger, getting her first varsity start. For Minneapolis, number 10, a 5'8" sophomore, Elena Kozart. Number 11, a 5'6" junior, Cameron Cleveland. For Minneapolis, number 21, a 5'9" senior, Courtney Forte. And for Minneapolis, number 33, a 5'7" freshman, Maggie Shoop. For the Bennington Lady Bulldogs. Let's see here. Number 11, Peyton Pifo, 5'5" senior. Also for Bennington, number 13, 5'6" senior, J.C. Downing. Number 14, a 5'7" senior, Kyla Kine. Number 25, a 5'8" senior, Reagan Robinson. And for also a 6' junior, Olivia Lawson. So 4 seniors and a junior. They got a little bit of experience, Lyle.
Yeah, they will probably only go 8 deep, maybe bring in 1 underclassman, but like I said, they're going to play those 5 or 6, those 5 seniors and those 2 juniors, and that's going to be the bulk of the squad. So definitely experience goes the way of the Bulldogs tonight.
Minneapolis in their traveling road blue, Bennington in their home white. You're not on. You're not on, buddy. You just got loud now right now. So Minneapolis will inbounds, as we will not have the tip, as we've talked about earlier. So Hackett goes in the hands of Shoop. Shoop will set this up as she goes back on the top to Cleveland. Cleveland with the basketball, guarded tight. Gets it back over to Kozart. Kozart will spin in. Gets it back over to Kruger. Kruger back to Shoop. Shoop on the top of the key. Looks inside and goes up at him. Misses it. Lawson with the rebound. They will kick it out. Bennington's running the ball. On the right-hand side, they quickly get it up to court. They get it to the top of the key into the hands of Kine. Kine kicks it over to Pifo. Pifo looks down low. Gets it back from the corner, off the mark, gets their own read. Bennington gets a rebound, and they'll put it right back up. And this one is short. Oh, nice hustle right there. Bennington keeps it going. Ball goes on the ground, and we're going to have a tie-up. Bennington with a couple offensive rebounds in there, and it will stay with Bennington underneath their own bucket.
And both teams coming out man right off the bat, really up in your face man. Bennington able to get the ball down inside and get an easy look there, but not able to convert, so still scoreless here.
Kind inbounds the ball, gets into Pyfo. Pyfo with the basketball. She's guarded on the outside by Kruger. Pyfo rolls the right-hand side, goes all the way, picks up her dribble, gets it back. A little shuffle there, no call. They will go in the lane, up and good by number 25, Robinson. So Reagan Robinson gets the first points of the night, and Bennington picks up a full-court press. As Cleveland crosses the timeline, gets it back to Kruger. Kruger. They call a turnover right there. The ball there's a hand check on that. Not a hand check, but the ball was tipped. She did go over the top of it, but definitely officially just didn't have that clear eyesight on that one. Pyfo drives, kicks it back down as Bennington works around. Pyfo looks down low, goes to Lawson, back to free throw line for the shot, up and good by Robinson as Bennington increases the lead 4-0. Cleveland with the basketball. She will cross the timeline. Gets it back over here to Kruger. Kruger looks down low. And shot is up and no good. Nice hustle there by Minneapolis as she couldn't quite get it, and that as Courtney Forte goes down low. Minneapolis will check in number 25 for the Lady Lions, and that is Carly Thrush. I think that is her first varsity action for the year. So Carly picks up the defensive side as Pyfo rolls by her, and they work it back around to the top as they get a new player in. Peyton DeBold steps in for Bennington. She is a 5'1" sophomore. Ball goes in. Kozart.
Good hustle.
Thrush goes in the scorer's bench. Good hustle, though, as you said. Pyfo for three for Bennington, up and no good. Rebounded by Kozart. Kozart back to Cleveland. As Cleveland will bring it down. 4-0, 5:38 here in the first. Cleveland drives in, kicks it back out to Thrush. Thrush will take the three, up and good. Nice job by Carly Thrush as she drops a three right there. The 5'4" junior gets her first points of the night.
Nothing like walking in and getting a shot up early.
Yeah, exactly. Saying, hey, coach, look what I can do. Minneapolis down by 1, 4-3. Pyfo with the basketball for Bennington. She'll drive in with the left hand, kicks it back out to the outside, and they'll work it in. Off the mark as Kyla Kine goes in to the paint. She'll get fouled. She'll go to the line. Foul is on Cleveland, her first.
Being a little shorthanded tonight is going to be imperative. The Lions not getting the foul trouble, and Bennington right away trying to drive the basket quite a bit here.
Shot is up and front rim, back rim, and in. Checking in is Alyssa Wilson for Bennington, a 5'6" senior, checks in. And they have another one at the scorer's table waiting to come in. Second shot is up, and she front rims that one, gets the rebound by Thrush. Back to Cleveland. Cleveland crosses. She's got numbers, gets it up to shoot up, and can't quite get it off the left-hand side. Back the other direction to Pyfo. Pyfo with the basketball. Great hustle by Cleveland. Minneapolis showing some good hustle there as Bennington works it around. Bennington works the ball into the inside. Kine kicks it back out, goes down low to Lawson. Lawson up, no good. Rebounded by Forte with a nice rebound. Gets good position on Lawson. Kozart will drive in, and Bennington comes away with the steal.
A lot of reaching right there. It's going to be a long night. They don't get those.
Bennington drives in. Kyla Kine goes all the way to the bucket. gets the score, 7-3 Bennington. Cleveland picks it up, gets it back to Forte. Forte back to Shoup. Shoup will drive in. Can't get it, but gets her own rebound. Yeah, she's fouled from behind by Pyfo.
Good drive and then stuck with it, got her own rebound and got fouled right there. It's a good play.
Minneapolis gets a couple new players in as checking in number 2, Lacey Wilson, her first varsity action, checks in for the Lady Lions. Wilson back out to Kruger. Kruger as she will work around. Gets it back to Shoup. Shoup with the basketball here on the right-hand side. Looks down, has nothing, gets it back out to Forte. Forte back to Kruger. Kruger back to Thrush. Thrush here on the left-hand side. She'll drive around. Gets it down low. Tries to go down low to Shoup. They will tie it up. So, nice job by Carly Thrush doing a nice job. Lyle is coming in first varsity action. She's not handling the ball fairly decent.
So far, everybody that's come into the game has been playing fine.
Forte with the basketball, gets it back to Thrush. Thrush picks up her dribble, gets it back over here to Wilson. Wilson, and we're going to have a turnover. Pyfo back the other direction, and she'll get the layup.
That's the worry right there is turnovers when you get those people that haven't had a lot of experience.
Yeah. We'll take a real quick break. Bennington with the lead here early, 9-3. 3:12 left to go in the first quarter. We'll take a break here. Listen to CityLinkTV.com. We'll be right back.
If you or a loved one are in need of in-home personalized care, remember Accessible Home Care, serving Central Kansas with offices in Minneapolis, Salina, and Junction City. Professional and personalized care in your home is available by our staff 24/7. Contact us at 785-493-8111. We proudly support the Minneapolis Lions.
Welcome back to Bennington, Kansas. Lyle Davis and myself, Scott Osherman, and Dale Leach, as the Minneapolis Lady Lions had the ball here. 3:12 left to go in the first. 9-3 Bennington with the early lead. Cleveland gets it into Cozart. Cozart back to Shoup, and Bennington immediately picks up the full court press. Kruger back to Cleveland. They break it nicely there. Real delayed travel call there, Lyle. Not going to disagree with it totally, but she was well past taking a dribble with that thing before he blows it back. Back the other direction, he goes to Bennington. Downing with the basketball. She rolls around with the left hand, picks up her dribble. Gets it back over here to Robinson. Robinson back to Kine. Picks up. Gets it back over here to Downing. Downing crossover into the lane. Goes back out to the outside to DeBold. They will take the three-point shot off the mark, rebounded by Shoup. Back to Cleveland. Cleveland runs the floor nicely, gets across timeline, goes all the way in, kicks it back out to Kruger. Back to Shoup. Loses it off of her hands. Gets it back to Cleveland. Cleveland 2:22, 9-3. Bennington with the lead. Minneapolis with the basketball. Cozart back on the outside. It goes into the hands of Cabana. Cabana in for the first time for the Lady Lions. Back to Shoup. Shoup back to Cabana. Cabana on the right-hand side. Tipped and picked up by Bennington. So they tried to go down low. Had a cutter coming across the top, but she would try to go down low with it. Goes back to the outside the other direction to DeBold. DeBold back here to Kine. Off the mark. Rebounded by Bennington, and she puts it up. And Minneapolis comes away with the rebound. Cozart back to Cleveland. Cleveland up to Kruger. Kruger will take the little shot on the inside. No good. Gets her own rebound. And Cabana with the rebound, and she'll get fouled. Nice job by Cabana as she fights down low against Lawson and comes up with the rebound. She'll have two here. Shot is up and off the mark. Should have another one coming here. 1:32 left to go in the first quarter. Shot is up and front rim no good. Rebounded by Bennington back the other direction. Pyfo back out to Kine. Kine on the right-hand side. Picks up a dribble, goes to the inside. Back to Lawson. Lawson, little baby hook on the inside, gets it to roll in. 11-3. Cleveland back the other direction. Cleveland picks up that dribble, gets it back to Cozart. Nice job by Cozart against Pyfo. Back to Shoup. Shoup will drive. A lot of contact there. Loud back to Cozart, and she walks with it. How'd you like that crossover there, Cozart, though? Nice ball handling right there.
Yeah, she had to go through the legs to get across there. A lot of pressure up in the face. Lions just had 3 points in a quick-moving first quarter on the 1 3-pointer. Really have struggling to get the ball inside right now.
Pyfo with the basketball. Picks up that dribble. Goes back to Kine. Kine on the outside. 45 seconds left. Kine backs her in. Gets it back out. Pyfo drives. Looks down low. Kick out. 3-point shot. Well off the mark. Rebounded by Cleveland. Wow, there's a lot of hand checking also going down. A lot of body contact going down the floor on both sides, especially on Bennington's side. Back it goes to Cozart. Cozart into Kruger. Kruger goes down low. Back to Cleveland. Cleveland, Cozart, Shoup. Shoup will drive her. Pulls it back out. Back to Cozart. 9 seconds. Back it goes to nice drive and the shot. Great presence of mind by the freshman Kruger as she knew the time on that, and she took her to the baseline and went around and a little pull-up shot. Nice job by Kruger to get the points on the board right at the end of the first quarter. 11-5, Bennington with the lead.
One of the better possessions there to finish. Being pretty physical inside on defense, but haven't been able to get the ball inside there, get a quick drive and get an easy shot there for the end of the quarter.
So at the end of the one, Bennington has 11-5 lead. We'll take a real quick break. You're listening to CityLinkTV.com. We'll be right back.
The Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Lion Backers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast of these Lions games. Join us as we support student activities and the teachers of MJSHS. Go Lions! We're with you all the way. Tonight's game brought to you by C&R Plating in Minneapolis. Kevin Klein and the rest of the crew at C&R Plating proud to support the youth of Minneapolis in all they do.
Hometown Outdoor Power with locations in Minneapolis, Salina, and McPherson has been serving Central Kansas for over 20 years and is the largest power equipment dealer in the area. We strive to be the one-stop shop for all your power equipment needs. We provide full sales, service, and parts supply for your home, ag, or commercial contractor power equipment needs. Ask about our winter service program and go Lions.
Welcome back to Bennington. Bennington with the early 11-5 lead at the end of one. Start the second quarter here. Pyfo with the basketball for Bennington. And that's going to be tipped out of bounds off of Cleveland. Good hustle by the defensive side. It'll stay with Bennington. Pulling the trigger for Bennington is Robinson. Robinson gets it into DeBold. DeBold picks up that dribble, gets it back to Pyfo. Pyfo, quick shot off the mark and stepped out of bounds as she's trying to save it was number 13, Downing, and it'll go back to Minneapolis.
Again, for those that joined late, Minneapolis missing 40% of their starting lineup tonight, so have gone 8 deep and been playing pretty good defense.
Two freshmen started for the Lady Lions. Kruger with the basketball, drives in. Nice drive. Can't get it, but rebound by Cozart, and she puts it in. Minneapolis within 4, 11-7. Pyfo with the basketball for Bennington. Downing on the right-hand side. They look down a little Lawson. Back it goes to Pyfo. Swinging around here to DeBold. DeBold picked up tight by Kruger on the defensive side. High screen set. Back to Pyfo. Pyfo rolls around. 3-point shot is up. Off the mark. Rebounded by Kruger. And the tie-up will stay with Minneapolis.
In the ball, number 14, Kyla Klein.
Minneapolis to inbounds. Cleveland with the basketball. Cleveland crosses the timeline, back it goes, over to Shoop. Shoop here on the left-hand side will drive in. Kick it back there to Cleveland for three. Nice three-point shot from the right-hand side. Nice job by Shoop to find her in the corner, and she drains it. 11-10, Minneapolis on a nice run.
If they can keep playing defense and keep the score low, they got a shot here if we keep making some threes.
Three-point shot well off the mark by Kine, and it'll go back to Minneapolis.
Bennington was having success early, driving a lot, not having a lot of practice. I don't know how much they're doing shooting at home, but, shot selection here probably be better off driving the ball rather than trying to pull up jump shots.
Forte with the basketball. Top of the key to Shoop. Nope, that was not. They call her with the travel. I'd have to argue on that one. 11-10. Of course, I like to argue with officials anyway, so what's new?
It's tough to tell whether she slid that foot or not. Tends to jump when she does that ball fake.
Pipo with the basketball, gets it back on the outside to Downing. Downing back to the top. It goes in the hands of Kine. As they work around, Pipo with the basketball.
Good help defense that time by Courtney.
Nice job by Lady Lions down there, as Cleveland did a great job of stepping in to help on the Lawson, and Minneapolis comes away with the basketball.
A little phase right there, took an elbow to the chin.
Shoop with the basketball, back it goes to Kozart, back to Cleveland. Cleveland back to Kruger. Kruger down to Forte. Forte off, nice job. Fronts Lawson nicely and banks it in. Minneapolis has got the lead 12-11.
Right at the shot blocker that time.
Pipo on the outside. They get it back to the Kine. Back it goes into Downing's hand. Downing on the right-hand side. High screen. Rolls around. She'll drive in. Kicks it back out to Kine. Kine drives in and can't get it. And good hustle by Minneapolis Forte. Good hustle down there. They get the rebound. Back the other direction. It goes to Shoop. Shoop. And they do whistle. Bennington with the foul down low. Foul's on number 25. Reagan Robinson, her first, I believe.
Team first as well.
Team first, okay.
No, third, sorry. We just have one.
Kruger inbounds underneath her own bucket. Checking in for Minneapolis is number 25, Carly Thrush.
Good minutes for Kruger there.
Carly to inbounds. They get into Cleveland. Cleveland, had a nice stop there, just couldn't go to the top of Lawson. Back it goes to Bennington the other direction. Would have had it wide open, would have been Minneapolis underneath the basket, but just couldn't quite get the pass threaded through there. Bennington with the basketball at the top of the key is Pipo. Pipo spin move, gets it back out, gets it back to number 24. Misses it, but Lawson with the rebound and Shoop the rebound on the backside. Cleveland back to Shoop. Shoop back to Kozart. Kozart back it goes to Shoop for three, off the mark, and rebounded by Bennington back the other direction. Pipo here on the right-hand side as they work around. Quick three-point shot by DeBold, rebounded by Forte. Forte back to Cleveland. 12-11, Lady Lions with the lead. Cleveland gets it across the timeline. It's kept alive by Shoop. And there's going to be a foul right there on Bennington. Reagan Robinson with the reach-in.
We'll be here second. Bennington gets a couple different players in. I believe Downing and Kine check back in.
Cleveland with the basketball. Nice pass down low to Forte. They took advantage of immediately go inside when Bennington Lawson was out and immediately go inside, but couldn't capitalize on it.
If she could have kept going to the backside of the basket right there, had a chance to get an open layup.
Bennington Kind with the basketball. Good hustle there by Shoup on the defensive side. Back to Downing. Downing kicks it back out to Pyfo for an open three, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds off Bennington back to Minneapolis. 3:11 left to go here in the second quarter. 12-11, Lady Lions with a 1-point lead. Checking in for Minneapolis is Maddie Kruger. Ball goes into Forte. That's a
Got away with one there.
He'll stay with Lady Lions right there as they tried to get across the quick pass out to Shoup, but couldn't quite get her led. Luckily, stays with Minneapolis. Shoup with the basketball. Nice pass back to Kozart. Kozart back to Cleveland. Cleveland back to Shoup. Shoup here on the right-hand side. Nice job by Shoup driving all the way in and gets her own rebound back to Cleveland for three. And off the mark, back it goes to Kind. Kind is going to go right by her. Can't get it to fall, but they get their own rebound, then picked up by Shoup. Minneapolis back the other direction. They are moving both teams up and down the court, Lyle. 2:22 left to go here in the second quarter.
And not a ton of turnovers. Minneapolis with 8 and Bennington with just 5. So moving up and down pressure defense, but both teams have taken care of the ball pretty well.
12-11, Lady Lions with the lead. Cleveland with the basketball back to Shoup. Shoup here on the right-hand side. High screen. She'll go all the way in. Pulls it back. Gets back to Forte. Forte are going to go all the way in. Up and off the glass and good. Nice job by Forte. She finally saw the open drive right there. Nobody was there. Takes it in off the glass and good. 14-11. Kind with the basketball back. It goes to Pyfo. Pyfo here on the right-hand side. She controls the basketball. She'll drive with the left. Drives all the way in. Kicks it back to Downing. Downing back to Pyfo. Pyfo. Good defense by Minneapolis. Downing. 14-11, Lady Lions to the lead. 1:23 left to go in the first
Bennington
half.
has not scored in this quarter.
Wilson with the basketball. Back it goes to Pyfo. Pyfo swing over to Downing. Downing here on the left-hand side. Back it goes to the top of the key to DeBold for three. Up and good. Peyton DeBold drops a three from the top of the key. Ties it up at 14. 1:02 left here in the first half.
That stops at a line 11-0 run.
Shoup with the basketball. Back it goes to Kruger. Kruger back to Kozart. Kozart back as they work that ball around. They need to take advantage, just looking at the size difference right now, you take advantage of what you got right here. And I don't know if they're just not recognizing that or not, but post her up in the middle. And we miss an opportunity right there. Back it goes, 24 seconds. Bennington with the basketball. The ball back to Pyfo. Pyfo will try to set this up. As they will slow it down with 11 seconds left, trying to get a last second shot. Pyfo will drive in, takes a quick shot, and she's going to miss that one out of bounds back to Minneapolis with 9/10 of a second left. And Carly Thrush checks in for that last second. So good second quarter by the Lady Lions. And that's going to end the first. It's going to end the first half. Minneapolis with the tie at the half, 14-14. So good second quarter of basketball for the Lady Lions, and boy, you can definitely tell Bennington is they're tired.
So. Yeah, and they really they didn't drive the ball much that second quarter. Really settled for a lot of jump shots early in the quarter, and went scoreless for the vast majority of that quarter, just getting 3 points. So Lady Lions did a nice job of just chipping away, making a few buckets early, and getting this thing tied up at half.
Thank you.
So we'll take a quick break in here.
We're back here in Bennington. That first half, again, ended that first half tied 14-14. Just some stats from the first half. The Lady Lions had 9 turnovers to Bennington's 5. Not a ton of turnovers. A few careless passes there towards the end, but overall, I think the Lady Lions handled the pressure and the pressure man pretty well for, again, being a little short-handed this evening. Free throws. Minneapolis was 0 for 2, only got to the line twice. But then Bennington was 1 for 2. They only got to the line twice. So, again, Bennington settled for a lot of jump shots in that second quarter and didn't get into the lane much, and thus the Lions didn't have a lot of fouls. I just had the Lady Lions for 1 foul in that first half. So 4 for Bennington, 1. So not very many fouls called. Again, not a lot of driving and a lot of action at the bucket, settling for a lot of jump shots, both sides. So leading scorers in that first half, Courtney had 4, pretty spread out. Carly had the 3 that she hit early. Cameron had a 3, Elena with 2 points, and Maddie Kruger with 2 points. So even balanced scoring for the Lions in a low-scoring first half there. So, I mean, obviously when you're missing, again, 2 key seniors, a low-scoring first half, I would have to say, is exactly what Minneapolis wanted to see.
Yeah, and considering the fact that a couple players saw their first varsity time, Carly Thrush and Lacey Wilson both with their first varsity action, and Carly comes in and actually plays quite a few minutes, drops a big 3, just like she'd been playing all year on the varsity side, and considering the pressure of a varsity game versus a JV game, actually handled the ball pretty decent.
Yeah, and I kind of expected the pressure, the full court pressure, not necessarily a trap pressure, but just man-to-man full court to give Minneapolis a little more trouble than it did. Bennington didn't seem to create a lot of turnovers off their full court man.
The other nice thing that seeing from the Lions from the standpoint, the defensive intensity. When you're down, as you said, 2 starters, to see that defensive intensity continue throughout the game, and just in particular in Cozart as actually all of them, but I'll just throw out Cozart as well as Kruger, did a really nice job of the defensive intensity, and then Cleveland had some backside help a couple times when they did try to go to the inside to Lawson.
Well, and I would say Courtney has to pay a little bit more attention to boxing out Lawson. So she only had 5 rebounds in that first half, and so that had to have some others step up. And Maggie stepped up and had five rebounds in that first half, and Kruger had 2, and Cozart had 2, and that's probably more rebounds than those guards have gotten in some game in a couple of early games. So stepping into that void, and I thought backside rebounding was not real strong in that first quarter. And, Minneapolis got down 11-3. I thought the rebounding backside was better in the second quarter. And again, with Bennington missing a lot of jump shots, rebounding was important. Their Lions came out of that leading 16-12 is what I have in the rebound advantage. So guards getting backside rebounds was important in that second quarter also.
A good overall effort by the Lady Lions to come back in the second quarter. Definitely, you can tell Bennington is a little winded. They do have some shooters on this team. Their legs are probably not completely under them, and that's helping us a little bit from that standpoint. But it's still going to be a battle here in the second half. Minneapolis is going to just have to continue to come out and fight throughout the entire game, not through 3 quarters of the ball game, but the entire ball game.
Oh, and Bennington didn't go real deep right there. They went 7 deep with their 7 upperclassmen, and that's it. And so you're right, when Lawson went out, a couple of opportunities for Forte to drive. She got 1 done, but they didn't really get to the ball and an opportunity to get to the basket. And they're going to have to concentrate on that when they do give Lawson a break. they're going to need to concentrate on getting the ball to Forte and letting her get to the rim.
Yep, absolutely. So with about 3 minutes left to go here in the half, Minneapolis and Bennington tied here at 14. We're going to take a break and look. Welcome back to Bennington, Kansas. Dale Leach, Lyle Davidson, myself, Scott Osherman, as we get ready for second half action as Minneapolis and Bennington tied up at 14 to go here in the second half. And Lyle, what do we need to do here to keep that intensity going here in the second half?
Well, I definitely think rebounding is going to be a key, and we got to keep Bennington from driving the basketball, try to keep them outside the lane, and then try to rebound the basketball hard and try to keep this a low-scoring second half. If they can repeat what they did in the first half, they'll have a shot.
Bennington will have it to start here. One thing, Bennington did not really try to get it into Lawson much in the first half. See what adjustments they make on that. Bennington will have it to start here. Pifel with the basketball to set this up. Crosses the timeline, picked up quickly there by Minneapolis. Back they go as they work around. Pifel on the outside. Swings all the way across into the hands of Downing. Downing looks down low to Lawson, pulls it back out, gets it back over to Robinson. Robinson to Pifo. Pifo, quick look to Downing. Downing will drive in, kicks it back out to Robinson for three. Way off the mark, rebounded by Minneapolis.
And there's that backside rebounding by the guards.
Cleveland back to Kozart, back to Kruger, down low. Bennington fronts her nice on that one as they... Yep. And a turnover, just an easy turnover, back to Minneapolis.
Trying to kick that ball up easy early for the run out, and the guard wasn't looking, so get that easy turnover, and again, so far scoreless in this quarter.
Kruger inbounds. And that was not an errant pass to go in, and they will luckily get it back, but that was just not good thinking on that part, on that inlet pass.
Yeah, tough, poor entry pass on the offensive possession, and then turn around and not get the ball in from out of bounds. So got to take care of the basketball and try to limit turnovers, which there was another one.
Back it goes to Shoop on the outside, back to Cleveland. Cleveland here on the left-hand side. Swing pass all the way across to Kozart, back to Shoop. Shoop looks down low. They get it back to Cleveland. Cleveland back to Thrush, and she almost loses it. Luckily holds on to it. Back to Cleveland. Cleveland with the basketball. Gets it over to Elena. Kozart back to Shoop. Shoop had an open look. She drives it back out, and she will turn that ball over. Back to Bennington.
I'm not sure about that one either, but again, Lions trying to drive the ball a little bit, just not able to entry pass and get that ball inside.
Pifo with the basketball, drives in, kicks it back out to Downing. Downing picks up the dribble back to Kind. Kind looks at Pifo, will hand the ball out to Pifo. Pifo from the free throw line, off the mark and rebounded by Forte. Back to Cleveland. Cleveland will bring it down, gets it up to Kozart. From the corner, off the mark, and rebounded by Bennington. So shot it from the elbow, couldn't quite get it. Bennington goes back the other direction. Pifo, and that's, tipped out of bounds off of Bennington, and it'll go back to Minneapolis. A little bit of a forearm shiver down there.
Again, a ragged start to the third quarter. Not really sure what either offense is trying to get done right now, to be honest with you. Still 0-0 here in the third quarter.
A Thrush with the basketball back, and that's going to tie it up. A quick tie-up called. It'll stay with Minneapolis. Lions will inbounds from the far side. Thrush to pull the trigger. Gets it into Cleveland. Cleveland goes behind it back, pulls it back out, gets it down to Forte. Forte in the paint, and that's going to be off of Bennington. Yeah. So
that was a good drive. Good drive to the middle of the floor, taking it right out the shot blocker, and trying to draw a foul right there if we don't get the bucket, and just a good play. And Minneapolis keeps the ball.
Fresh inbounds. Gets it in to Cleveland. Cleveland. And she'll gets a foul on the arm. She'll go to the line as she works that around. Foul is on Downing. And her first personal. Cleveland shot up and off the back of the rim.
And something we haven't talked about is, with the limited people in the stands, very quiet in here, very quiet. And I don't think that's adding any intensity to the ball game. And there's probably 25 from each crowd here. So, 50 people, but it's very quiet.
Yeah, very much so. Second free throw is up and good by Cleveland. And back it goes to Kine for Bennington. Minneapolis 15-14 has the 1-point lead. Great job by Shoup. Gets the steal. She's got the left hand going the other direction. And gets it to fall. Nice job by Shoup. Fortunately, they didn't call travel on that. She took a nice jab step back in. Gets the layup on the left-hand side. So 17-14, Minneapolis with the lead. 5:05 in the third. We'll take a real quick break. Actually, we'll just go ahead. I don't know if you got it or not.
Mexican restaurant, Francisco Gallardo. Designs with Sherry Bertrand.
The Bennington State Bank in Minneapolis and Salina.
No place like home quilt shop with Carolee Austin. Harris Crop Insurance with Greg Harris. LaGrange Supply with Scott Mortimer. Minneapolis Muffler and Pipes with John Blake. D&M Body Shop, John Wright.
So that last run out right there that Maggie got to the basket on that Euro step was actually created. She got the steal, but it was actually created by the double down inside. They were trying to get the ball inside to Lawson, and good double that time. Courtney over the top front and Cameron coming in behind and doubling there on the post and not enabling that entry pass gave Maggie time to knock that ball away and then get on the breakout. So, again, Lions now have held Bennington scoreless this quarter and only allowed 3 points in the second quarter. So 3 points in the last quarter and a half.
Pfeiffer with the basketball, guarded by Cleveland. A high screen set by Lawson. Pfeiffer rolls all the way around, goes all the way to the hole, no good, and rebounded by Bennington in the hands of Lawson. Lawson back over to Pfeiffer for another open shot, missed, rebounded by Wilson. Back it goes in the hands of Cleveland.
Backside rebounds, again, important. Guards getting backside and getting boards.
Shoup, back to Cozart. Cozart, back to Wilson. Wilson, back to Cleveland. Cleveland here on the left-hand side. Back to Cozart at the top. 4:23, 14-17, Lady Lions to the lead. Back to Shoup. Off of her hands, it will turn it over back to Bennington.
That's the third turnover of this quarter for the Lions, just against just two for Bennington.
Pfeiffer with the basketball. Crosses back, gets it over to Kaz. Sorry. Get my players screwed up here. Pfeiffer with the basketball for Bennington on the right-hand side. Goes back to the top to Kine. Kine will take the three, and it'll be off the mark. It'll be Minneapolis basketball. I didn't see what happened up top there, Lyle. If there was a lot of contact after the shot, I didn't see it. I was watching the shot. So
just a block out, but there wasn't much contact. She came down on her foot and fell backwards without rolling her ankles. What it looked like to me anyway, but out of the corner of my eye also. So
Cleveland with the basketball for the Lions, crosses the timeline. Back to Shoup. Shoup over to Wilson. Wilson back to Kruger. Kruger back to Shoup. Shoup with the basketball. Back to Wilson. Wilson. Kruger. Kruger here on the left-hand side. It'd be nice if you had a left hand. I don't know if you got that left hand. They're giving it to you. Back it goes to Shoop. Shoop here on the right-hand side. Back down low to...
Finally got it inside. Courtney's been working hard this possession.
3-point shot off the mark with Wilson with the rebound. Back to Shoop. And there's going to be a foul there. Nice hustle by Minneapolis. It'll stay with the Lady Lions. That'll be 3 on 25, Reagan Robinson, I believe.
That is.
So...
The Lions need to get the ball inside. Courtney was open 3 different times on that possession. They finally got her the ball, but she was pretty high when she got it that third time and passed it back out.
They get it into Cleveland. Cleveland. Oh, great job. Can't get it, but she gets nice hustle by Minneapolis as Forte did a great job against Lawson down there, and she gets gets a frontside rebound and then puts it right back, and she'll have a shot for 2 here. Chance for 2.
She's been good from the free throw line this year.
And first one rolls front rim, back rim in, 18-14. Checking out will be Wilson and Shoop as Cozart and Thrush check back in. Second shot is up, front rim, back rim again, and it goes in. Minneapolis extends their lead. Pytho with the basketball as they work it over to on the outside to Downing. Downing goes down low to Lawson, and Lawson, that's one thing I thought they'd be doing in the first half. They finally do it there. They get down to Lawson in that low post, and she's got a little nice drop step.
If we play behind her, there's going to be trouble. We got to play on the side and get help in there.
Thrush back to Cozart for 3. Well off the mark. Back the other direction it goes. Bennington with the basketball. They work it around. Pytho open 3. Rebound by Minneapolis as Lady Lions do a nice job. Forte muscles the rebound.
Courtney did a nice job blocking out the first time, but the ball caught the rim and went long. Gave Lawson that rebound, and Courtney stuck with it and got that second rebound on the defensive side.
Shoop will check back in for Kruger. Thrush will pull the trigger for the Lady Lions. And they get it into Cleveland. Cleveland, kicks it out to Cozart. Cozart back to Thrush. I thought we had a trouble there, Lyle. Pulls it down. Luckily holds her feet. Shoop with the basketball. Back to Cozart. Back to Shoop. Shoop to Cozart. Cozart back to Cleveland. 1:55. Cleveland with the basketball. Goes back to Cozart. Goes down low to Forte. Great job by Courtney Forte. Nice job. Did a little jab and goes right to the inside. Nice job by Forte. And she gets fouled and the bucket.
Second foul there on Lawson. Oh.
Bennington checks in.
I had 2 for her. They're saying she's got 3.
Freshman Colby Bartlett. Now, this is interesting here, a little tidbit of information. You got cousins out there playing against each other out there. So Colby Bartlett and Minneapolis freshman number 4, Maddie Kruger, are cousins. So shot is in and out, no good by Forte. So also checking in for Bennington is Ava Lawson for Bennington. Open 3-point shot by Kind. Oh, she drains it from the right-hand side.
Little set play, getting a double screen right there.
Ball goes into Cleveland. And rebound back the other direction. Kind will go all the way in. Shot is no good. Rebounded by, good hustle there. Lawson with the rebound, and she puts it in. So Ava Lawson with the put back, and Bennington gets right back in and ties this up at 21. So 56 seconds left here in the quarter. Bennington ties it up at 21. We'll be right back. You're listening to Minneapolis High School basketball here on CityLinkTV.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services with Matt Pickrell. Sunflower Realty, Monty Nelson. Klein Oil Company of Delphus, Jim Klein.
Hometown Hardware with Pam Barker and Vicki Kaufman. El Hoyo 19 Restaurant with Ed and Brian Bowles.
The Crooked Nail Studio with Alexis Kern.
Welcome back to Bennington High School as Minneapolis and Bennington tied up at 21 here. On the floor for the Lions is Cleveland, Cozart, Shoup, Forte, and Thrush.
Bennington with quick 5 points right there on a 3, and then getting a rebound and getting a 2, tying it up.
And we lose the ball on a tie-up back the other direction. Python with the basketball to bring it down for Bennington. 38 seconds left in the quarter. Pyfo gets it back on the outside into the hands of Downing. Downing back to Lawson. Lawson back to Pyfo. Pyfo on the right-hand side. Goes back to Kind. Another 3, and it's in and out. Rebounded by Bennington. Another big rebound in the paint. This one by Downing for Bennington. Ball on the outside to Bartlett. Bartlett gets it back to Lawson. Lawson back to Downing. Downing looks to Pyfo. She'll drive all the way in. Off the mark. Oh! Good hustle there by Minneapolis. They dodge one right there, and that ends the quarter tied up at 21.
A flurry of offensive rebounds there for Bennington at the end. I think I have 5 offensive rebounds in those last 3 possessions. So something, again, the Lions need to shore up that backside rebounding. We've got to have the rebounds, and it can't all be on Courtney.
Yep. So tied up at 21 here to get ready for the fourth quarter. We'll take a real quick break and hear a word from our sponsor. You're listening to CityLinkTV.com. We'll be right back.
Lindsay Creek Feeders, Harry Owens, manager. El Hoyo 19 Restaurant with Ed and Brian Bowles.
The No Place Like Home Quilt Shop with Carolee Austin. Sunflower Realty with Monty Nelson.
Lindsay Creek Feeders, Harry Owens, manager.
The Crooked Nail Studio with Alexis Kern.
Hometown Hardware with Pam Barker and Vicki Kaufman.
Minneapolis with the basketball to start the fourth quarter. Shoup with the basketball. She gets it into Cozart. Cozart at the top of the key. Gets it back to Forte. Forte gets it back to Kruger. Back to Cleveland. Back to Cozart. Cozart's going to drive her all the way in. Can't get it. And rebounded by Bennington. Shot in the paint off the mark. Bennington back the other direction.
A lot of contact again. Not very many fouls again being called here.
Pyfo with the basketball for Bennington. Tied up at 21. Kind with the basketball back to Lawson. Off the foot. Should have been a kick. Nothing. Back to Bennington. 3-point shot by Kind. Open again. No good. Rebounded by Bennington. Good hustle by Bartlett. She kicks it back out to Downing. Downing on the right-hand side. Back to the top of the key to set this up. Guarded by Cozart. Downing back to Kind. Kind looks at Lawson. Has nothing. Ooh. We got lucky there to had a backside going the inside, nothing there. Bennington back to Lawson. Lawson swing pass. They work around to Bartlett. Bartlett back to Kind. Kind at the top of the key. Picks up her dribble. Good hustle by Shoup at the top. The guard there. And then there's going to be a timeout called by Bennington. So Bennington calls a 30-second timeout. Good hustle by the defensive side by Minneapolis. Bennington, one thing, they actually got some fresh bodies in, Lyle, and that kind of gave them a little spark.
I was just going to say that. They finally went deeper than 7, and Colby and Ava both had good minutes right there.
Yeah.
Ava with a bucket and a rebound, and Colby with 3 offensive rebounds. So, getting after it with the young kids in there has given them a little bit of a jump. But still, low scoring. We're 21-21, 6 minutes left in the ball game. Coming off a 7-7 quarter, and nobody scored in the fourth. So again, low scoring ball game. If the Lions can rebound the basketball and keep playing tight defense and keep this thing low scoring, we got a shot.
Bennington with the ball here, 6:41 in the fourth quarter. To inbounds will be Robinson. Robinson gets it into Pifo. Pifo's guarded by Kruger. At the top of the key, gets it over back to Downing. Downing back to Kine. Kine back to Pifo. Pifo drives in. She's going to get fouled, and she'll go to the line.
Kruger.
Foul is on Maddie Kruger. Her first. Just her first team foul. What's the second foul of the game?
I have second foul of the game.
Wow. Free throws, front rim, no good. Still knotted up at 21. Second shot is up and in and out, no good. Rebounded by Forte. Nice job by Forte to go in and battle on that one. Gets a nice rebound.
She's now double-digit rebounds. That's her 10th.
3-point shot off the mark and rebounded by Bennington. Pifo back the other direction. And they immediately go down low to Kine. Kine in the paint, no good. Rebounded by Shoup. Nice job by Shoup. Gets the rebound back to Cleveland. Kruger back to Cleveland. Back to Kozart. Back to Shoup. Takes the 3. Off the mark and good hustle there by both Lawson as well as Forte. It goes to Lawson though. Kine gets it inside to Robinson. Back to Pifo. Pifo takes the open 3 and she drains it. And they pick up a little bit of a press off the open 3. Cleveland with the basketball. A lot of hand checking there. Back to Kozart. Kozart back to Shoup. 24-21 Bennington. Nice job by Minneapolis as Courtney Forte takes it right at Lawson, goes right in, gets the bucket.
And they don't have to get her the ball on the block. If they could get her up the lane a little bit where she has room to make a move like that and drive, she might have better luck against a shot blocker.
Minneapolis has a tip, goes out of bounds off of them, and Bennington will have it. That's when the coach is saying, grab that thing if it's loose and you got a chance at it. Bennington has the ball to inbounds underneath their own bucket. Pifo, another quick 3, in and out. They get the rebound and come back the other direction. And Kine drives right into the right-hand side and drops it in. Cleveland going right at Pifo. Back to Shoup. Shoup goes Kozart back to Forte. And she goes back at Lawson again. Nice job, Courtney Forte, taking it right to Lawson both times, Lyle. Did a nice job. That should have been a double dribble. And Lawson off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Forte in the paint. Great rebound. Back to Cleveland. Good hustle by Courtney Forte. Back it goes to Shoup. Shoup on the right-hand side this time. Goes to Kozart. Kozart back to Cleveland. Whew. We dodged a bullet there, Lyle, as it goes off the hands of Bennington. And Minneapolis will call a full timeout. So 26-25. Minneapolis trails by 1. 3:55 left to go here in the ball game. Minneapolis trailing by 1. We'll take a real quick break. You're listening to CityLinkTV.com Minneapolis. We'll be right back.
Citizen State Bank and Trust is committed to the Kansas ag community. While offering a variety of ag lending options, we will help you with finding the right plan that works for your operation. Citizen State Bank and Trust, with locations in Ellsworth, Lincoln, Delphus, Glasgow, and Minneapolis.
The Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Lionbackers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast of these Lions games. Join us as we support student activities and the teachers of MJSHS. Go Lions! We're with you all the way.
Citizen State Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Minneapolis Lions athletics. Stop by and visit Jason Bird for all of your financial planning and investment needs. We are dedicated to helping your money work harder for you. Citizen State Bank and Trust, the cornerstone of our community.
Welcome back to Bennington, Kansas. Minneapolis trailing by 1, 26-25. Bennington, Minneapolis with the basketball here. 3:55 left to go in this contest.
Last couple possessions, Courtney's been able to drive inside, see if they can get her the ball down in there again.
That was the fastest 5 seconds. Wow. That was a fast 5 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. He definitely wanted to go home early. Piper with the basketball here. Picks that up, gets it back to Kine. Kine is going to drive all the way in, and she gets it to fall. 28-25. Bennington with the lead.
It's now 10 points for her. She's had some good open looks here. Hasn't been able to make a lot, but starting to get some buckets inside now.
And this is when you got to take advantage. You got a mismatch right here. Forte is definitely got a size advantage here. 3:15 left to go. Cleveland's going to drive, gets it back to Shoop. Shoop. And that's going to be a tip. Yep. Good call. Cozart with the basketball, drives in, gets it back over to Kruger, misses a rebound by Cleveland, and that's going to be a foul on Pytho, I believe. We'll see first. Nope. Foul on number 3, and that's a DeBold.
So far, Courtney touched the ball on that possession one time, and it was at the free throw line. Did not get her down on the block yet.
Kruger inbounds. Can't get it, but Forte with a nice rebound, and she gets it in. Nice job, Courtney Forte, with a great rebound in there. Gets the follow, 28-27. Courtney really powering down there and doing a nice job. Bennington will drive it into DeBold. Back out that goes to Pytho. Pytho, high screen. As they will work around. And there's a steal by Minneapolis. Nice job by Forte. Back to Cleveland. Cleveland back to Shoop. Shoop. Go had her. And she's going to lose it down low. Yep. And that will be Bennington basketball after the turnover. Fouls on Shoop, her first. 28-27, Bennington.
Maggie's done a good job of staying out of foul trouble the last 2 games. She got 3 in the last game, but they were at the end of the game when we were trying to foul. So really good job by her staying out of foul trouble these last 2 games.
DeBold with the basketball at the top. Picked up tightly there by Cleveland. Back it goes to Pytho. Pytho on the left-hand side. 2 minutes left in this ball game. Quick outlet pass to wide open Kyla Kind in the corner. That's her second 3 from that spot. And a turnover right back to Bennington. So 31-27. Bennington gets the quick 3 and gets the turnover. And foul is called on Cozart. Kine will go to the line to shoot 2. And she makes that one. So Kyla Kine having a nice ball game. Has hit some big shots for them. And she has them up by 5 right now with 1:45 left. We'll take a real quick break. Bennington with the lead, 32-27. You're listening to CityLink TV, Minneapolis.
If you or a loved one are in need of in-home personalized care, remember Accessible Home Care, serving Central Kansas with offices in Minneapolis, Salina, and Junction City. Professional and personalized care in your home is available by our staff 24/7. Contact us at 785-493-8111. We proudly support the Minneapolis Lions.
Tonight's game brought to you by C&R Plating in Minneapolis. Kevin Klein and the rest of the crew at C&R Plating, proud to support the youth of Minneapolis in all they do.
Wilson Family Funeral Home, our family serving your family. Todd, Shelley, Landon, and Reese Wilson proudly support the activities of the Minneapolis Junior Senior High School students. Go Minneapolis Lion!
Welcome back to Bennington, Kansas, as the Minneapolis Lady Lions trail here, 32-27. A lot more scoring here in the fourth quarter. Bennington with the 5-point lead.
Yeah, 4 quick points in the last 22 seconds has really widened this lead out to 5, pending the free throw here.
And it is no good, and rebounded by Forte. Back to Kozart. Kozart, back it goes to Cleveland. Cleveland crosses the timeline. She picks it up, gets it back to Shoop. Shoop here on the left-hand side. She would go over to Forte. Forte back to Shoop. Back to Cleveland. Cleveland. And it'll be off of Bennington. It'll stay with Minneapolis. One of the things I'm looking at here, and I'm just thinking, you definitely have an advantage right now. Now, granted, I would say Robinson's probably a little quicker than Lawson, but still, take advantage of your size right now, mismatch.
Yeah, there's just 1:20 left, so, I mean, you should be going to the bucket either by getting the ball down on the block, which is the advantage, or driving the ball.
Mm-hmm. Shoot inbounds underneath their own bucket after the tie-up. They get it into Kozart. Good defense by Bennington. That time to front. Back to Shoop. Shoop. Back to Cleveland. Cleveland. Back to Shoop. 106. Back inside it goes.
A lot of contact. Courtney spent the last half of that possession outside the three-point line.
Yep. Kozart to inbounds for the Lady Lions. Now Taker and Shoop. Near turnover, and it is going to be a turnover. Back it goes to DeBold. Back to the direction.
That's a walk.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we get away with it as a rebound by Forte. 47 seconds. You've got to.
Uh-oh. That was.
Got a foul by Shoop.
It didn't look like that much contact there.
No. So, foul on Shoop. I didn't think there was that much contact other than she might have just rolled it.
Yeah, it was clearly a foul, but it didn't look like a ton of contact. It looked like more hip-to-hip contact, but obviously enough to put some awkward pressure on the leg.
So 39.9 seconds left. Bennington with the basketball. And they will. That now thought. Thank you very. Oh wow! Timeout called by Coach. Good call on that. But we wouldn't have had the 5 second like we did last time.
Somebody at home is going to have to hit the rewind button and count both. Put a stopwatch on both of those.
So 32-27. Minneapolis has had a couple opportunities. 39.9 seconds left. Bennington will have the ball on the side. Minneapolis is going to have to figure out how to front it, try to get the ball back. And Lawson's back in the ball game, so there's the size is back in there. Now, granted, I would have to say that Robinson's probably a little quicker than Lawson, but still, take advantage of what you got down there.
Well, with 40 seconds left, the Lions only have 14 fouls, so still have 3 fouls to give. So need to be very aggressive on the inbounds pass going for steals, because if you make a foul, big deal. You'd need the basketball right now.
Yep. Ball goes into DeBold, and she's picked up by Kozart, and they get out to Kine, and there's a foul right there. That'll be 3 on Maggie.
10 seconds went off right there. Coming out of a timeout.
Bennington bounds, only the 15 foul.
That was on Maggie, correct?
Yes. Oh. Well, the Pytho. Back it goes. Another foul by Shoop. That is 4. Somebody else other than Shoop has got a foul here. She knows what's got to happen here. Now she's got to be smart, and she's got to say, hey, girls, come on, somebody else here. I can't get it. So that's 5. That's 5.
Another timeout.
Yeah. Wow. That's another.
I think, once they hit 4, you're not supposed to be able to call that one, but.
Well,
but give him credit. He's done it twice.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's counting and keeping track and trying to hit it, if he needs it. So 24 seconds left. Bennington has a 5-point lead here and still has the ball out of bounds.
Good job on the defense side by Minneapolis to force them to call that turnover or call that timeout. 6 fouls apiece. 5-point lead for Bennington, though. 24.8 seconds left. On the floor is Forte, Shoop, Kozart, Kruger, as well as Cleveland. Bennington still not out of the timeout yet. That's once again, this is the official has got to speed them up. They've had plenty of time. That's another whistle to say, put it down. This is when a lot of times you'll see a coach drop the ball and put it down and say, here you go. So it's not my first basketball game. Not my first time complaining either. Ball into the inbounds as they get it into Pytho, and good hustle by Cleveland forces the foul, and Pytho will go to the line to shoot a 1-on-1.
Maggie fouled.
No!
Yeah, didn't call it on Forte.
That was on. That was not on. That was not. So good hustle by Shoop. I thought surely that was going on Cleveland. That's what I get for thinking. Pytho 1-on-1 up and good, and she drops that one. (33-27), 6-point lead, 22 seconds left. Second one is up and misses it. Rebound by Thrush. Back to Cleveland. And goes right into the trees. No good. And that's going to go back the other direction. 7 seconds left. And that's going to end the ball game. 4 seconds, they will back away, and Bennington's going to come with a victory. So Bennington gets their first victory of the year, 33-27. They outscore us in that quarter, but not a bad performance by the Lady Lions. There's a couple things you could have done differently, but they hustled. They hustled that almost that entire ball game, Lyle.
And obviously missing 2 seniors and going deeper than they've gone. I thought the girls did a good job of playing defense for sure, and being in positions they haven't been in much. I thought they performed well. I thought they rebounded well through 3 quarters, not so much there at the end.
Bennington's got a very solid ball team. You could definitely tell that they were tired, but overall, I felt like this was the best game we've had so far this year by the Lady Lions.
No question, the best defensive game for sure.
So we'll take a real quick break. Welcome back to Minneapolis High School basketball here in Bennington as the Minneapolis Lady Lions come up short tonight against the Bennington Lady Bulldogs by a score of 33-27. Lyle, you just looking down at it in that first quarter, I got a little nervous. Bennington really came out, but Minneapolis answered with some younger girls stepping in and getting some play in that first quarter. And then they just got to work in the second quarter, did some right things. They got it tied at the end of the second quarter, got it tied at the end of the third quarter. But Bennington just had some big opportune shots there in the fourth quarter, especially by Kind, that hit a couple big shots and got a couple of rebounds that just kind of put this thing away.
Yeah, they definitely started getting open looks in that fourth quarter. They didn't make them initially, but towards the end of the game, they started converting those opportunities and just too much offensively. Lions played really good defense, especially in that second quarter, to go on that 11-0 run, but just not able to finish there in the fourth quarter.
From what I can see, our girls just need to develop confidence in their shooting, especially from the outside. They are shooting, but I don't want to say they're not good at it, but they need to do it enough that they can develop some confidence and step up there thinking they can do it and get it in the hole, because sometimes you still see them hesitate. And especially playing the younger players, they just got to develop that and go for the jugular.
Yeah. One thing, Courtney Forte, I felt like really did a nice job down low when she did get that ball in that low block. She didn't always go to her right. She did a nice job of using her position, which you'd like to see a post do in that, to know where that defense is on that hip and take advantage of that. And I thought Courtney did that for the first time really well tonight down there against Lawson.
Well, she doesn't like to dribble drive a lot, but she was able to get one dribble drives, just single dribble drives, just get by and get underneath to the bucket. And that the three that she had good moves on were all just single dribble drives where she was at least able to get to the bucket. That's stats for the evening?
Yes.
All right, so Courtney Forte led the way again, as expected, 14 points, 14 rebounds, so another double-double. Again, probably not as many rebounds. I say 14, not as many rebounds, but that's not as many as she's had.
Right.
But she was concentrating more on boxing out Lawson, so I think wasn't able to release and go get the basketball like
about her average, though.
Yeah. So after her 14 points and 14 boards, then next leading scorer was Cameron Cleveland with 4, and then it was spread out. Carly had the 3 that she hit early. Maggie had 2 points. Elena had 2, and Maggie Kruger had 2. Rebounding-wise, early, the guards rebounded really well in that first half, but then not a lot in the second half. So most of the rebounds that the guards got were in that first half. So Maddie ended with the 3 from the first half. Elena had 2 in the first half. Cameron had 1. Coda had 1. And then Maggie had some second half rebounds. She ended up with 6. So second leading rebounder. I thought Maggie did a nice job on the boards on the backside. So turnovers got us in that second half. We ended up with 10 turnovers in that second half to Bennington's 3. So, just that wore us down a little bit, that pressure defense, and ended up having some turnovers there in the second half. Rebounds were even in the second half, 13-13, so we lost our rebounding edge. Free throws, again, just not a lot of fouls called in the ball game. Just 8 on Minneapolis, which 4 of those were committed in the last minute and a half. 9 total fouls for the game for Bennington. So just not a lot of fouls called, so not a lot of free throws. Minneapolis was 3 for 5 shooting free throws in the second half, and so was Bennington 3 for 5. So that's not a lot of free throws shot. So 7 free throws each for the game for each team. Again, Minneapolis 3 for 7 and Bennington 4 for 7. So free throws really weren't the difference in the ball game was the turnovers at the end.
Yep. All right, time for the play of the game and the player of the game. Play of the game sponsored by River Hills Seed. And I'm going to go with Courtney Forte 3 times. We've already talked about it. She took the dribble drive, 1 step, was able to create space and score a bucket. And against some pretty good inside competition. You haven't seen her do that a whole lot in the first 3 games other than tonight. And that was good to see her do that and convert and get those back those buckets. Player of the game, no contest. Sponsored by the Messenger Clothing Company. Courtney Forte, 14 points, 14 rebounds, another double-double. So with that, we will sign off and get ready for the boys' game. Take a little break here.
We're probably about 5 minutes out from coming on the air with the boys' game, folks. So just come back here in a few minutes. We'll be right back. You're listening to CityLinkTV.com. I'm going to get this right. Tape delayed on Eagle Communications. We'll be back.